In the quiet corner of a narrow street stood an old house that breathed with memories. Its walls had faded, its doors creaked softly, and its windows had watched generations grow and leave. Inside that house lived Grandma Amina. Every morning, before the world fully woke up, Grandma followed the same routine she had kept for decades. After her prayer, she sat on the edge of her bed, sunlight slowly spilling through lace curtains, dust particles floating like tiny stars in the air. Then she reached for her necklace. It was always there, resting on a small wooden stand beside her bed. A thin gold chain, dull with age, holding a tiny oval locket. It was not beautiful by modern standards. No one would stop to admire it in a jewelry shop. But to Grandma, it was priceless. She had received it more than 50 years ago. On their first Eid after marriage, her husband had placed the necklace around her neck with shy hands. He hadn't said much, he never did, but his eyes were full. The voice you selected does not support this language. Please click the upper right corner to switch to another voice. Keep it safe. Inside the locket was a small photograph of them young, hopeful, unaware of how quickly time would pass. That necklace had been with her through everything. Through the births of her children. Through sleepless nights. Through laughter echoing in the house, and later, the heavy silence after everyone moved away. And even after her husband passed, the necklace remained. It rested over her heart like a promise that death could not break. Until one morning, it was gone. That morning, Grandma reached for the necklace as usual. Her fingers touched nothing. She frowned, confused. Her hand searched again, slower this time, then faster. She looked down at her chest. Bare. A strange fear crawled into her chest. No, no, she whispered. She stood up, knees weak, and searched the bed, the pillow, the side table. She opened drawers she hadn't touched in years. Clothes fell onto the floor. Bangles clinked softly. Still nothing. Her breathing grew uneven. For the first time in years, panic filled her eyes. She stepped into the hallway and called out softly. Sarah, her granddaughter, rushed in. Daddy, what happened? Grandma tried to speak, but her voice shook. My necklace. It's gone. Sarah helped her search every corner of the house. The prayer mat, the bathroom shelf, the kitchen counter, even the dustbin. Hours passed. The necklace didn't appear. That night, Grandma lay awake, staring at the ceiling, feeling a familiar ache, the same one she felt the night her husband was buried. The house felt hollow again. That night, Sarah decided she wouldn't stop searching. She remembered something weeks ago. Grandma had slipped while cleaning near the storage room. Maybe. Sarah went there with a torch. She moved old trunks, broken chairs, and dusty boxes. Then she saw it. A faint glimmer under a pile of rags. Her heart raced. She knelt and pulled it out. The necklace. The chain was tangled. The locket scratched. But it was real. Sarah ran. Daddy! Grandma looked up as Sarah placed the necklace in her trembling hands. Grandma opened the locket. The photograph was still there. Tears streamed down her face, not from sadness this time, but relief. That night, Grandma wore the necklace again. But something had changed. Later that night, Grandma called Sarah close. I was wrong, she said gently. Wrong about what, Daddy? I believed that necklace was keeping your dada alive for me. But when it was gone, I realized something. She paused. I remembered him more. I felt him everywhere. She smiled faintly. Love doesn't live in objects. It lives in memories. She removed the necklace and placed it in Sarah's palm. One day, this will be yours, she said. Not because of its value, but because of its story. Sarah hugged her tightly. Grandma still wore the necklace, but no longer with fear. She laughed more. She told stories again. She sat by the window every morning. She had learned something powerful, that losing something precious doesn't always mean emptiness. Sometimes, it reminds us of what truly matters. The necklace had been lost, but Grandma found something greater. Peace. Moral of the story. Some memories are too deep to be tied to objects. Love never disappears, it only changes the way it stays.